Now, I don't know about you, but I've always had a sneaking suspicion that the world of high-powered celebrities is a lot wilder and weirder than we mere mortals can ever imagine. The egos, the excess, the sheer audacity of it all, it's enough to make even the most jaded observer raise an eyebrow. But according to Jay-Z, the reality is even more shocking than we could have ever dreamed. In a recent interview, the hip-hop mogul has lifted the veil on Diddy's notorious freak-off parties, and let me tell you, the details are anything but tame. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It is free and help us bring you enjoyable content. And of course, watch till the end. It was like something out of a depraved fever dream, Jay-Z recalls, his voice laced with a mixture of disgust and disbelief. Diddy had transformed his mansion into this den of debauchery, where anything and everything went. And the worst part? He was involving unsuspecting guests in the whole sordid affair. Now, I know what you're thinking. Surely, Jay-Z must be exaggerating, right? There's no way Diddy would be that brazenly unethical, even for him. But I'm here to tell you, my friends, that the reality is even more disturbing than you could have ever imagined. According to Jay-Z's account, Diddy's freak-off parties were the stuff of nightmares. Imagine a scene straight out of Eyes Wide Shut, but with more ego, more excess, and a complete disregard for the well-being of the guests. Diddy would lure in all these high-profile celebrities under the guise of some exclusive, invite-only event. Jay-Z explains, his brow furrowed with a mixture of anger and disgust. But once they were there, he would start manipulating them, pressuring them to engage in all sorts of depraved acts. It was like a twisted game of psychological warfare, Jay-Z continues, his eyes hardening with a rare display of vulnerability. Diddy would prey on people's insecurities, their ambitions, their deepest fears, anything he could use to make them cave to his demands. The stories that have emerged are nothing short of shocking. Allegations of public humiliation, forced intoxication, and even non-consensual sexual acts have all been leveled against the Diddy empire. And the most disturbing part? Jay-Z claims that this was all part of a calculated plan to maintain Diddy's stranglehold on the industry. He wanted to keep everyone in line, to make sure no one ever stepped out of line or challenged his power, Jay-Z says, his voice dripping with a palpable sense of disgust. And he was willing to stoop to the lowest depths imaginable to achieve that goal. As you can imagine, the revelations about Diddy's freak-off parties have sent shockwaves through the music industry and beyond. Celebrities who have been in attendance have begun to come forward, sharing their harrowing experiences and adding their voices to the growing chorus of condemnation. It was a complete and utter nightmare, laments one A-list actor who spoke on the condition of anonymity. I went in thinking it was just going to be a high-profile party, a chance to rub elbows with the elite. But instead, I found myself being manipulated, humiliated, and forced to do things I'm still not comfortable talking about. The stories are truly gut-wrenching, painting a picture of an industry leader who has brazenly abused his power and influence for his own twisted ends. And the fallout has been swift and severe. Diddy's reputation, once the epitome of success and savvy, is now in tatters. Fans and industry insiders alike are reeling, questioning everything they thought they knew about the music mogul. How could someone so seemingly successful and powerful stoop to such depths of depravity? It's absolutely mind-boggling, says entertainment journalist Samantha Blake. Diddy has always been known as this larger-than-life figure, a master of reinvention and a purveyor of the high life. But these allegations completely shatter that carefully curated image. It's as if the entire foundation of his empire has been built on a mountain of lies and exploitation. And the fallout isn't just limited to Diddy's personal brand. The reverberations are being felt across the industry, with many questioning the systemic issues that have allowed such abuses of power to take root and flourish. This is a wake-up call for the entire music business, says music critic James Harrington. If the allegations against Diddy are true, it means that the very power structures we've all taken for granted are rotten to the core. And that's the kind of revelation that could spark a much-needed reckoning. As shocking as the revelations about Diddy's freak-off parties may be, they also represent a potential turning point for the music industry. Because if there's one thing that's become abundantly clear, and you know what? He's absolutely right. Because as much as we may be reeling from the details of Diddy's debaucherous antics, the truth is that this kind of behavior is far from isolated. The music industry has long been plagued by reports of sexual harassment, manipulation, and outright abuse, all perpetrated by those in positions of power. It's a systemic problem that needs to be addressed head-on, says music industry analyst Emily Wilkins. The Diddy scandal is just the tip of the iceberg, and if the industry doesn't take concrete steps to fix the underlying issues, we're going to see more and more of these kinds of revelations in the years to come. But what, exactly, needs to be done? Well, for starters, there needs to be a renewed emphasis on transparency, accountability, and a genuine commitment to up. The industry needs to take a long, hard look at itself, Jay-Z urges. We need to establish clear guidelines, robust reporting mechanisms, and consequences that actually have teeth. Because until we do that, the cycle of abuse and exploitation is just going to continue. And you know what? He's absolutely right. Because at the end of the day, the music industry is supposed to be a place where creativity, passion, and talent are celebrated and nurtured. It shouldn't be a playground for the powerful to indulge their darkest impulses, trampling on the dreams and well-being of others in the process. And we can also use our power as consumers to send a clear message to the industry. We will not support or patronize artists, labels, or executives who engage in predatory or unethical behavior. Our money and our attention are valuable commodities, and we should wield them with purpose and intention. But perhaps most importantly, we can commit ourselves to being agents of change within the industry itself. Whether it's through pursuing careers in music, starting our own independent ventures, or simply using our platforms to advocate for a more ethical, transparent, and inclusive industry, we all have a role to play in shaping the future of this business. Because at the end of the day, the music industry isn't just about the bottom line or the pursuit of fame and fortune. It's about the power of art to inspire, to connect, and to transform. And if we want to see that power realized to its fullest potential, we need to be willing to fight for it, to stand up to the abuses of power, and to demand an industry that truly puts the needs of the artists and the fans first. So, what are you waiting for? Join the movement. Lend your voice to the growing chorus of those who refuse to be silent in the face of injustice. Because the future of the music industry is ours to shape, and the time to act is now.